good to go? Yeah, we're good.
I want to make sure you're sure that you're sure.
Hey everybody, welcome to Shit Happens, week number 282.
Take two.
We had a little discussion for the last 17 minutes on this 281 and 282 and what we were going to talk about, because we've been actually serious about these, and actually last week was pretty serious. I had my little notes, so but I'll start this off because I do. We're gonna, first of all, we just want to thank you for following us this year as we're winding down 2015. What year did we start these things?
4.5 years ago.
So how many, what's the year of that?
No, it's been 5.
Carry the 3.
5.5.
It's 5.5?
20.
Yeah, totally correct.
52 weeks in a year, you're 280.
280, yeah. That's 5.5.
So we started these in 2009?
2010.
Wow, 2010.
Yeah.
Well, if it's, okay, fine.
We were on 80 something when I joined.
So you've been in like 200 of them?
Yeah.
Wow. Interesting. We need to go, you know what we need to do? You need to go back in one of them, because Dr. Walker does all our editing, is take some of the initial clips and just photos of some of like the first ones that we did and the first ones that Price did, because by that time, you know, Frank Orver, he'd been in a few, so he kind of was used to them. But the first couple that Price did, he kind of like sat as far over as he could and went, what did I get myself into?
What number did you start? 80?
It's like 84, 82,
Low
something
80s,
like that.
yeah.
Huh. Interesting.
The 77 was the one we had the girls at
the source.
for the spouses were down there.
That one caused a lot of, they talked about the vaccines.
Vaccines.
That was an interesting one, because some of the, anyway, people on our YouTube channel that posted their comments, which I thought were funny because they made up names. I get that. Isn't that funny? I'm going to make up a name and comment. You know, they were chiropractors, I think. Well, they had a degree anyway.
DCs.
And BS.
There you go, that too. BS, DC. Ooh, that's kind of funny when people do that. So, but what's funny about that is all of the comments afterwards, and I would go to search their names and say, well, post your real name on here. And I kind of what people did, but then I would go to like comment on their YouTube channel and their Facebook page, and I was blocked, which is odd.
You were blocked?
Yeah, but we never did that. We left ours, we're still open.
Ours
So, but I thought that was interesting, you know, it's like, wow, that's interesting. So, but I vowed not to go that right. That was my promise. We're not going to go there.
Yep.
So, okay, anyway.
Can you turn the air conditioner on?
Yeah, no kidding. So we're going to talk about setting some goals for 2016. You know, if you haven't done it now, now's the time to do it. You know, we got ours all set back in October. I learned that from Larry Markson, who told me a long time ago, you need to have them set 90 days in advance. But do it. But you want to start setting goals that are tangible to you. So sit down over these next couple weeks, just get a piece of paper out and just write down, time yourself, give yourself like 15 minutes to write down 100 things that you want. And just go. And don't think, just start writing down. And then sit down, look at that list and go, what are the top 5 things off that list? Which they'll generally be within the first 5 things you write down. And then set a deadline for that. I'm going to accomplish this here. And then work it backwards. So this is my goal right here, this is my deadline. And then work it backwards. You're going to go backwards through the maze and set daily, you know, monthly, weekly, daily, hourly, if you want to break it down that much, tangible little steps to accomplish that goal. But they got to be time bound, they got to be realistic, and set that up so that when you want to accomplish that goal, because it's kind of interesting, and I was doing it this morning when these guys were seeing patients, I got here this morning, and I was just looking at some of the stuff that we set last year that I was like, you know, I don't know if we hit those. And then I got to looking at them, we did pretty good, and we set some pretty high standards for us. And then set, you know, we just did this just now too, set a word for you. You know, this is the word that you're going to live by this year, and then everything goes around that word, which is, we just kind of set our word. Now what we're going to do in the next few weeks is set our standards around that word. And don't give up on your goals. You're going to have that time where you're going to go, oh, you know, March, it's not going to happen. You pull out your book, and what I recommend, what I do is, and I think these guys have all learned, is put a picture of your reward. Because so many people set goals, but they don't have a reward for that goal. What I do, how I set my goals, not that it's right or wrong, but my personal goals, each month I have a reward. This last month and a half, I've had a lot of rewards for my goals. But, you know, I'm thinking ahead. And you guys know what I'm talking about, right?
Yep.
Right? Mm-hmm. But So I've got to get some goals done in January, February, March, so I can go, that's because I did that, that's why I got this.
Backbill.
That's what Sean said. She goes, you know, this is your February reward? I was like, yeah, but I'm gonna do it in February, so I'm getting it now. But get that's a true story, by the way. But get that picture out of what the reward is that for each day, week, month, quarter, and then your year to one, and always have that picture in front of you so you know that's your carrot dangling in front of you. So that's my tips on set goals.
I'll take it one step further that I learned from Dr. Koca and these guys, that I have a weekly sheet that has been created of days, different tasks, different things I want to do and accomplish to help increase I have a personal one and a work one. That way it betters myself, the office, my relationships, everything. So I accomplish each daily goal, which builds up to the weekly goal, to the monthly, to the quarter, and it builds up to the year goal. And every day I just go through and I check things off, and I realize, like, after a full week, that was fantastic. And you get the satisfaction of checking those things off because you know what you've done, what you're going to do, and what's next.
We know it's kind of cool, Matt, and you know, we just to remind you guys of this. Us guys met a couple months ago, and we set some pretty lofty goals for 2016. But at the carrot at the end, ours is there's a program called Lifebook, which us guys are all going to go there with our spouses to there, and it's a goal life creating thing.
It's pretty cool.
And it's really cool, and so you know, just to remind you guys that you know, our deal is to go there in February of 2017 is kind of the non-committed date, but that's the committed month I have set up with them. And you know, you'll even be gone then, but you're still part of what we did, so you're going to go. So what do you got to go?
I think reviewing those goals and paying attention to them, not after you get them set. But like with me, what I do is during my morning routine, that's part of it, is going through those so they're constantly top of mind. So not forgetting those things, because a lot of times people will set their goals, I'm going to work out 3 times a week this whole year, yada, yada, yada. By February or March, they're done with them because they forget that was what they set forth to do, and they don't have them.
Well, you know what I do? You know what I do with that? Maybe you guys do it too. Is every morning I write my goals again, and so and I type mine in my iPad. You know, so it's not writing. It's probably better if I wrote them, but my hands get tired. I retype my goals every day.
That way you can read them though.
Oh, that's mean. But that's so true.
You set yourself up for that.
Yeah, I did set myself up for that. So what do you have on goals? And then we'll get some patience.
Yeah. With goals, something I learned from these guys, the big thing that helped me in the year 2015 is to set more systematic goals or systems goals, as opposed to only focusing on the reward at the end of the tunnel goal. Because what's going to happen this upcoming year is, like you mentioned, March is going to come around. You may not be there yet. That's okay. But take whatever you want. So let's say you want to lose 50 pounds. Well, I haven't lost 50 pounds yet, I'm a failure. I haven't lost 50 pounds yet, I'm a failure. Instead of looking at that giant carrot of losing 50 pounds at the end, instead set a goal of, I'm gonna work out 3 days this week. And that'd be the goal. And that way, once you accomplish that little goal, that's gonna build momentum. And as momentum builds, you're gonna accomplish that larger goal.
You know, it's the old saying, and I'll show you guys, how do you eat an elephant?
One bite at
a time. So, and I guess collectively too, if you guys want to say it, we want to thank all of you patients for
Best of Omaha.
We're truly honored. We thank you. I will tell you, you know, it's something, I'll speak for these guys, we don't take for granted. You know, when we were honored with it again this year, and I would like to say we've been honored to be the first place winner, Best of Omaha Chiropractic Clinic every year since they've had it. And I don't take that lightly at all. Because it's you voting for us, and when I can hopefully, and you guys feel free to interject, but when that award comes, it's like, okay, what can we do better for you next year, so that you'll go, they did it again, because never ever do I want to go, yeah, did it and fall flat on our laurels. Is I'm like, what can I do better, and I do say, I do it to these guys. I was like, all right, yesterday was great, but tomorrow's got to be better. And I'm one of these little things guys that just did it just now. I'm sitting there doing the video, and I looked and I said, look at the spots on the wall right there. And it just caught me, because that's not us. I walked into Dr. Price's room this morning, and I'm just asking him a question, and I said, you got a spot on your wall, you know? And it's just one of, and I do the same thing though. I'm not picking on anybody by any means. It's just because what can we do better? You know, I like that Matt came in his room the other day and I was like, you got a nick.
It's fixed.
Yeah, I know it is. He's fixed it Saturday. And,
Yep.
and I'll do that even in my room. Like when I leave at night, I walk around and look at the room. And I did when I came in. I was like, oh, over by my computer's dusty. Well, that's not who we are. And so, you know,
We're constantly looking to improve.
we will. We got some fun stuff again that we're going to bring back the teleseminars. They're going to be kind of interactive for you guys. That we got the kind of the schedule laid out for those. It'll be more cut and dry here in the next 2 weeks. But these things, instead of having, sometimes you can't come here, but you can go, you know, I can watch that Tuesday night at 8:30 or Thursday morning at 10. And it's going to have the PowerPoint and the audio there, so it'll be there. So we got some fun stuff coming. So with that, you guys, anything else?
So have fun setting goals.
All right, see you next week.